Hello everyone and welcome back to KORR Monsters, starting off the 2006 season with the final ever show here in Pontiac, Michigan. Our field of trucks for this event features Herbert Miller in Airborne Assault, Damon Newton in Comedic Gaskets, Fred Malone in Damage Control, Nico Brock in Grim Fate, Huxley Baxter in Moving Violation, our 2000 racing champion Trip Cassidy in Rat Trap 4. Next up, two-time freestyle champion Opal Baxter in Reckless Red. Following that, we have Adam Bell making his KORR Monsters debut in Sassy Child. Then we have our reigning racing champion Kinsley Parks in Sunoco. Then we have 2002 racing champion Mike Maxwell in Tonka. Our second to last truck in the field is Jack Schroeder in Try Me, our new two-time freestyle champion. And then rounding out the field, we have Axel Weber in Warlord. Now taking a look at our round one racing matchups, we'll be starting off with Sunoco going up against Sassy Child, Rat Trap 4 going up against Warlord, Try Me going up against Airborne Assault, Damage Control going up against Comedic Gaskets, Reckless Red going up against Tonka, and then we'll be ending off round one with Grim Fate going up against Moving Violation. Now for our first race of the 2006 season, Sassy Child and Sunoco on the line, and away they go. Coming into the first turn, looks pretty close so far. Sunoco, much better turn. Sunoco way ahead of Sassy Child here. Oh, has a bobble in the turn though, but it's still going to be Sunoco picking up the win, moving on into round number 2. Next up, Warlord and Rat Trap 4, pulling to the line, waiting on that green light. Warlord with the hole shot on Rat Trap, not something I don't think anyone had on their bingo card. Trip Cassidy normally won really good on the tree. Rat Trap has made up the gap, however, and it'll be Rat Trap moving on into round number 2, going up against Sunoco. Next up, Airborne Assault, brand new look on this truck for this year, going up against Try Me. Good start from both trucks, both pulling the front wheels a little bit. Great turn from Airborne Assault. Try Me with some problems there. Looks like we still have a race though. Come to the line, Try Me has more issues. It'll be Airborne Assault picking up the win here. So now we get our next set of trucks on the line. Comedic Gaskets going up against Damage Control. And away they go. Pretty even on the start. Comedic Gaskets playing with fire with those turning poles. Knock one of those down, it'll be a 3-second penalty. Coming to the line though, it's all Comedic Gaskets picking up the win here, going on into round number 2. Second to last matchup of round 1, Tonka going up against Reckless Red. Mike Maxwell driving Tonka now, used to be in Ash Fire Extinguishers. We know he's bad fast behind the wheels, has a little bit of an advantage here, coming to the line. And it's going to be Tonka just barely picking up the win over Reckless Red. So now we go into our last race of round number 1, Moving Violation and Grim Fate. Waiting on that green, and away they go. Pretty even off the line. Coming around the first turn, looks like Grim Fate might have had a better turn. Goes wide in the second turn, but Moving Violation knocks down the pole, gets tripped up by it. Easy win there for Grim Fate. As we move on into round number 2, it'll be Sunoco going up against Rat Trap, Airborne Assault going up against Comedic Gaskets, and Tonka going up against Grim Fate. And obviously, with only 6 trucks in this round, we will be taking a fast loser out of this round. Now for round number 2, we'll be starting off with Rat Trap going up against Sunoco. Good start from both trucks, both former racing champions. Sunoco's the reigning champion. Trip Cassidy is our first racing champion. Into the final turn here, Sunoco with the lead. Rat Trap has a pretty good turn though, but it's not going to be enough. It's all Sunoco moving on into the semifinals. We'll have to see if Rat Trap can hold on to that fast loser spot though. As Comedic Gaskets Airborne Assault leave the line. Airborne Assault a little bit late on the tree there. Much better turn for Airborne Assault. They'll close that gap right up. Final turn, Comedic Gaskets with the tighter turn, and that's going to make the difference. Comedic Gaskets moving on to the semifinals as Airborne Assault noses down hard over the racing lane. Now we have Grim Fate going up against Tonka here. And away they go. Good start from both trucks. Into the first turn, both trucks going a bit wide. Second turn here, pretty even so far. Tonka with a better turn though, and it'll be Tonka moving on into round number 3. As we take a look at our semifinal bracket here, it'd be Sunoco going up against fast loser Grim Fate. So good run there from Nico. And then it'll be Comedic Gaskets going up against Tonka. First race of the semifinals, Grim Fate going up against Sunoco. Away they go, pair of Chevys. Into the first turn, Sunoco, amazing turn. Coming around into the second turn. Both trucks take a similar line, but Sunoco's got the advantage. And it'll be Sunoco, Kinsley Parks going on into the finals here. Next up, Tonka going up against Comedic Gaskets. Both trucks leave at the same time there. Into the first turn, Comedic Gasket, nice tight turn. It's all going to come down to this last turn. Tonka messes up the turn. Comedic messes up out of the turn, but not bad enough. Comedic Gaskets will be going on into the finals. So it'll be Comedic Gaskets and Sunoco in the final round here as these trucks pull up to the line. Reigning racing champion going up against someone been around for a long time here. As the light goes green, and away they go. Into the first turn. Great turns from both trucks. Comedic with the faster turn, though. About half a truck advantage coming around the final turn. At the line, it's going to be Damon Newton and Comedic Gaskets picking up the racing win for the final show here in Pontiac, Michigan. As now we take a look at our freestyle order, we'll be starting off with Warlord. Then we'll have Damage Control, Moving Violation, Sassy Child, Grim Fate, Comedic Gaskets, Tonka, Airborne Assault, Rat Trap 4, Sunoco, Reckless Red, and then we'll be ending off with our reigning freestyle champion, Jack Schroeder and Try Me. Now to kick us off in freestyle, Axel Weber bringing out Warlord. With that beautiful GMC Sierra body starting us off. Great sky wheelie on the back of the blue lane. Got a little hung up on the car stack though, looking for his next hit. Going after that mound of dirt, going for a slap wheelie. Did not get the rebound he needed to get a slap wheelie out of it. So kind of a wasted move there, going for the backside of the red lane. Another good hit there. Not quite as vertical as the sky wheel he had on the blue lane, however. Getting some good air there off the racing lane. Looks like he's going to go after this van stack next. Good hit there. Combos it up with the back of the blue lane. Coming down last 30 seconds of the run here. It looks like he's going to try and air it out over that center obstacle. Just barely made that gap. Needed to commit a little bit more, but biggest air of the run so far. Getting some donuts going. Last few seconds of the run. Time for one, maybe two more hits. Gets a good little sky wheelie there to end the run. Not a bad run from Axel. One of the better runs we've seen out of him. Looks like he's going to park it up on the box van. And it's going to be a 20 from the judges to start us off for Axel Weber and Warlord. Next up, Fred Malone bringing out Damage Control. Looks like he's going to start off backside of the red lane. Gets a good little sky wheelie off of it. More air than wheelie, though. And then launches it off the blue lane. Someone hits that right, they're going to get some massive air. Going right after that box van. That obstacle might not look like it, but the top of that obstacle is about 15 feet in the air. So these obstacles are not small. As he goes around looking for his next hit here. Getting some good air off that dirt mound on the far side of the track. Fred definitely needs to pick it up here, though. Started off pretty decent momentum and slowed down quite a bit here. Last 25 seconds of the run. Gets a good sky wheelie on the back of the blue lane. Now going to go back to that box fan stack from the other direction. Tripped up by it. Puts it on the back bumper. Recovers it nicely. Great move there from Fred Malone. And Damage Control ending the run with a good hit on the red lane. Gets a 22 from the judges, so that will take the lead. As next up we have Huxley, Baxter, and Moving Violation. Beautiful black look on this truck. Debuted at finals. Starting us off. Good hit on the van stack. Tried for a slap wheelie. Not quite enough to get it, though. Lining up for that next hit. First truck going after the bread van. Just kind of rolls over it. What's he going to go after next? Looks like backside of the red lane. Best sky wheelie we've gotten off that lane so far. And then some massive air off the blue lane. Halfway landed that truck on the landing pad for the center obstacle. Going into some donuts here. Gets a good few rotations there as we hit the last 30 seconds of the run. Great sky wheelie off the back of the red lane there. Going after that box truck. Walks it over it. Brings it down into a slap wheelie. Fantastic move there from Huxley. Momentum's been lacking a little bit in this run, but a couple of good wow factors here. As now he gets another good sky wheelie off the blue lane to end the run. Looks like he's going to keep on going here. Launches it off the red racing lane. Going after that move he hit at the start of the run, backside of the center obstacle. Gets a fantastic slap wheelie out of it. Stops it there. It's going to be a 23 from the judges. As next up, we have Adam Bell and Sassy Child coming out. First freestyle we're going to see out of him, this Chevy-backed truck. Looks like he's going to start off with a normal hit on the racing lane. Get some good air to start off. Coming around looking for that next hit. Backside of the red lane. Another great sky wheelie off of it. That red lane wasn't producing them to start off, but it's producing some pretty good sky wheelies now. Back to the blue lane, some more good air. Not quite as good as the first hit, however. course, this is on the brand new Chevy Silverado body. Beautiful looking truck here for Adam Bell and Sassy Child. Looks like he's going to go after that dirt mound, try to get a slap wheelie. Gets one, but goes crooked off of it. Has to put it down to risk being shut off so he doesn't go into the stands. Backside of the red lane once again. Some good air there. Coming down last 20 seconds of the run. Going after the bread van. Oh, folds a 4-link. 25 from the judges. Good score, takes the lead. Little bit of time left on the clock there, however. As next up we have Nico Brock bringing out Grim Fate. Going pretty deep in the racing portion of this competition. Starting us off great air off that dirt mound. Grim Fate, one of the Team Try Me trucks. Teammates, of course, with Try Me and Doggone Crazy, who's not here for this show. Good run so far for Nico. Great sky wheelie there. This team known for getting crazy, big air, kind of like that. Great little slap wheelie there. I don't think he was planning on it. Also known for crossing up the big obstacles this team is, so waiting to see when Nico decides to go for that. And it looks like he might be going for it now. Ooh, gets a little bit in trouble there. Goes after the box fan crooked. I don't think he got the approach he wanted there. When that back left hit the concrete, one up on 2. Going into some cyclones here, though. Final 15 seconds of the run. Get some more good air on the backside of the red lane. Time for probably just one more hit. So he's got to make it a good one if he wants that lead. As he transfers from the blue racing lane onto the landing pad for the center obstacle on 2 wheels. Wild hit there for Nico Brock. That truck really probably should have gone over there. I'm not sure how it didn't. Time's up. He gets another great hit on the backside of the blue lane. Nico ending his run with a wow factor with that save, as he gets the biggest air off the center obstacle that we've seen so far. It looks like he's going to go for another one of those cross threads. Huge air over the bread van. Lands it hard on the right front. It's going to end it there. Only a 23 from the judges. Guess they wanted a little bit more early on in the run there, as now we have Damon Newton coming out in Cometic Gaskets, our racing winner. Starting us off, little combo. Hitting the van stack first, then the backside of the blue lane. Going right after that bread van. It's caused some carnage here so far. But it's been beat down a good bit, so it shouldn't be tripping anyone else up, I don't think. Oh, some good air there for Damon. Truck nosed down quite a bit there, though. Damon last year debuted this truck, actually not last year, but at Finals 4, debuted this truck, had coilovers on it. Looks like he decided to make the change back to regular nitrogen shocks as he gets a great slap wheelie there. So back to a conventional style shock for him. Looks like it's going pretty good for him so far. Little bit of an issue with the truck nosing down, but that's not going to be something they can't fix pretty easily. As he launches it off that center obstacle, almost clears it. And that'll be the last move of the run. Goes after that bread van, gets tripped up by it. Apparently I was wrong about that. as he keeps on going here. Gets some good air off that dirt mound. Going into some donuts on the center of the floor. Around and around he goes. Ends it there. It's going to be a 24, so not quite enough to take the lead. But will go into second place as now we have Mike Maxwell bringing out Tonka. Starting us off, great sky wheelie on the red lane. Brings it down into a slap wheelie as well. Looking for that next hit, airs it out off the blue lane. Good hit there. Little lacking in the air department. I think he thought he was going to get a little bit more off of it. Now backside of the red lane once again. Kind of a weak little hit there. Started off big and dropped down in scale on the following hits. Going for a slap wheelie here and drags it on the bumper across the floor. About halfway through the run here, backside of that box van, or that bread van. And now launches it off that center obstacle. Not quite the air we saw out of Cometic Gaskets, but still pretty good air there. Good air off that van stack. Crosses up the landing pad. Gets into a little bit of trouble with the red lane, though. Time for one, maybe two more hits here for Mike. Lines up for the box fan. Gets a good hit over it. As time expires here, he's going to keep on going. We'll have to wait to see what his score is. Huge air off that van stack. Where was that during the run? It looks like he's going to go into some donuts here. Right in front of the camera. Truck's hiking up onto two wheels, keeps it down. Looks like he's going to keep on going even still. Crosses up the box van. Up and over he goes. It'll be a 24 from Mike Maxwell and Tonka. Again, not quite enough to take the lead, as now Herbert Miller brings out Airborne Assault. Beautiful new paint on this truck. Starting us off, good hit on that blue lane. Just kind of rolls over that bread van stack. Looks like he's going to line up for the van stack. Get some good air off of it. Little crooked in the air. Tiny little hit on that red lane. Lacking a little bit here. Launches it off the blue lane. Huge air there. Herbert Miller apparently able to hear what I'm saying in the booth. Launches it also over the box van. Coming down the last 30 seconds of the run here. Get some more great air over the bread van. And into some donuts here. Just a couple of rotations, though. Good hit on the back of the red lane. Time for one more hit here for Herbert. Oh, looks like he's going to back it up to the wall. Time's going to run out. Judges might still score this, however. Floors it and launches it. Basically clears the landing pad. Huge air there for Herbert Miller and Airborne Assault. And now he's going to hit the bread van at an angle. Stops it there. It's going to be a 26 from the judges. So we have our first new leader in a while. As now Trip Cassidy brings out Rat Trap 4. Starting us off, good sky wheelie on the backside of the blue lane. And then crosses up the red lane. Tripp trying to get a freestyle win here. Good hit on the back of that dirt mound. He hasn't had one since, I believe, 2001. So he's hungry for one. However, I do not think this run is going to be enough to get him there. So far, nothing much really going on here. As he looks at the backside of the center jump, gets a good hit on it. Now going after that box fan. Walks a wheelie over it. Pretty good hit there. Last 20 seconds of the run. Good sky wheelie off the van stack. Combos it up backside of the blue lane. Time running out, however. Definitely need to see more here from Tripp. Goes over the bread van crooked. Very lackluster run from Tripp. We normally see him put on a lot better show than that. As time expires, it's a good hit on the backside of the red lane. It looks like he's going to call it there. It's going to be a 24 from the judges for Tripp Cassidy and Rat Trap 4. As now Kinsley Parks brings out Sunoco, our newly crowned racing champion. Starting us off, good hit on the backside of the blue lane. Now going right after that box fan. Gets a good hit off of it. Kinsley, brand new chassis for this season. She destroyed the last one at finals. Went on a stellar run in freestyle. Not quite enough, though, to get the freestyle championship to go along with that racing championship. Got a good little bit of donut there and launches it. Huge air off that center obstacle. Might be bigger air than we saw out of Airborne Assault. And now she's going to cross up that bread van. Hard landing on the right side. Truck holds together, though. "30 seconds left in the run. Gets some good air off the blue lane. This is a great run from Kinsley. Iron walls that van. Lands it hard on the back and over she goes. Unfortunate end of the run. Gets a 25 from the judges. So had she been able to keep going, that definitely would have taken the lead. Next up, Opal Baxter, second to last truck out. Our 2001 and 2004 freestyle champion. Starting us off, good hit on the racing lane. And then gets some good air over that bread van. Opal going out round one of racing. She's not going to like that. So we should see something wild from her here. Which definitely has the staff concerned. Because they have to fix this truck. And she really likes breaking this truck. Lining up for that center obstacle. Gets some good air there. Not quite as much as we saw out of Airborne Assault and Sunoco. What's she doing here? Lining up. Sideways hit on the box fan. Good move there. Last 30 seconds of the run, though. Not sure if this is going to be enough. Crosses up the other stack as well. She's crossing up the entire track. Goes after the box fan. Up and over she goes, however. It'll be a 27 for Opal Baxter and Reckless Red, so that'll take the lead here. With just Jack Schroeder and Try Me left, our freshly crowned two-time freestyle champion. Jack starting us off, good hit on the backside of the red lane there. Whips it right around, goes after that center obstacle. Good air. About what we saw out of Opal. But again, not the biggest we've seen so far. Jack lacking a little bit in the excitement to start off this run, but he's hitting a lot of obstacles here. Winding up for that dirt mound, and he transfers it onto the bread van. Beautiful move there. And whips it into some cyclones here. What's he going to go after next? Backside of the red lane. Gets a good hit off of it. Coming down the last 30 seconds of the run here. He's going to go for that cross thread. Goes vertical. Gets into trouble but recovers it. Beautiful save there from Jack Schroeder and Try Me. And now launches it over that box van. Time for one more hit here. He's got to make it a big one. Launches it over the bread van. Biggest air we've seen off that obstacle so far. Comes right back. Time's already expired. Keeps on going. Another cross thread. Breaks off part of the body on the landing. And now launches it off the center obstacle sideways in the air, up and over he goes. Hard crash for Jack Schroeder and Try Me. But it'll be enough. It'll be a 30 from the judges. So Jack Schroeder and Try Me picks up the freestyle win here with that perfect 30 from the judges. Then it'll be Opal Baxter in second with that 27. Herbert Miller and Airborne Assault with the 26. Sassy Child and Sunoco with a 25. Cometic Gaskets, Tonka, and Rat Trap 4 with a 24. Moving Violation and Grim Fate with a 23. Damage Control with a 22. And in last place, it'll be Warlord with a 20. Another great start to the season here in Pontiac, Michigan. Unfortunately, it is our last time here in Pontiac, Michigan, with the opening of Ford Field over in Detroit, which we will be at later this season. As always, be sure to follow us on Instagram, keep up to date with everything going on behind the scenes, and also leave us a comment down below. Let us know what you thought about this show in the comments. As always, we hope you enjoyed, and we'll see you next week in Houston, Texas. We'll see you then.